Hey,
What up, Joe? Oh my God. It's been rough. A
it's a
rough
great
day.
day. It's a great day.
It's a
Listen,
great day anyway.
as you all are coming on,
Yeah.
listen, we need you to share. We're going to take a moment and we're going to share ourselves.
Yes.
So,
Sure.
as you get this, I need you guys to just share this video.
Yes, sir.
We are back.
We back in the building. We back. We back. We black. We black. And we back. We black.
Huh?
Yeah.
We back. We black. We back. We black.
We back in the building. And that's a fact.
Yes, we are.
The
We are
pages,
definitely back
the
in the
pages
building.
is speaking again. We ain't scared of y'all.
We ain't scared of nothing.
For real.
For
What
real,
up,
for
though?
real. So we are back and we have a lot of things to say. But before we get started talking, we just need some other people in this conversation. So what we're gonna ask is that everyone take a moment and let's share this video out. We got some stuff to talk about, and we need some people in the audience. We need you guys to talk as well. So take a moment, share this video, invite some people to, check this out. And we need to have a conversation, sir. What you think? You think we need to have a conversation?
For sure. For
A
sure.
conversation.
For sure. For sure.
A conversation. We need to talk. Okay, so the pages speak. We're gonna be speaking on some stuff. And again, we just want to take a moment as you come on. Please share. Please let's get this out because we have some things that we know we need to talk about. Some things that need to be discussed. Some things that people need to hear. Some things that people need to share their opinions about as well. See, this is the thing. A lot of times we'll have things to say, but we don't say them. And we'll have our opinions, and then everybody else gets their opinions out, but we don't get our opinions out.
Right. And we try to hold on to them and try to figure that we're doing a service by being quiet, but actually your voice matters, or your thoughts matter, your opinion matters, and regardless of what people think about it, you gotta say something.
You gotta say something.
Say something. Don't just allow things to fester and go on without even saying anything to nothing, and then get mad at people when they say something and then you didn't say it. That's the worst hookup right there.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
That's the worst. You should have been talking a long time ago. Why you ain't tell me this in the beginning? Well, because I ain't want to go off on you. Well, it's too late now.
Well, I'm one of the people. If anybody knows me, I'll do this in a heartbeat. I will raise my hand, like, excuse me.
Raise your hand.
I got something to say. I don't know if Auntie Buffy is here on the line, but she's another one. I got something to say. And when you have something to say, you need to say it. You need to let people know what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your spirit, what's going on in your heart. So again, I want to take a few moments. I want to share. I want to get this out. We want people to be able to speak and actually get their opinions out as well. I'm glad to be back. You glad to be back, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good. We good with this. Let's go.
Joe Nathan Lee.
Oh, yes.
You glad to be back?
Yeah.
You got something to say?
Yeah.
You ready to say it?
Yeah. Yes. Yepper.
All right. So the discussion today, what we're talking about, how do you share the link? It should be a little arrow at the bottom. And if you just hit it and just share it out, you just share it. Amen. And just share it out with your people, wherever you are. Just share it out with the folks.
Yeah.
Amen. So today we are going to be talking about entertainment indoctrination.
Okay. Entertainment indoctrination.
Yeah. Entertainment. I know people be like, what? What
How is that?
what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about today? Entertainment indoctrination.
Indoctrination.
Okay, what is that? You know, all of us, I know I am, I don't know about you, but oftentimes I'm looking for entertainment.
Okay.
I'm looking for entertainment.
Right.
I'm looking for something that's fun because, you know, ever since we were kids, you know, when we were younger, you come and say, I'm bored.
Right.
And so you're like, I'm bored. In other words, you want something to sort of stimulate your mind or something to do that is fun.
Fun. Yeah.
And so now the world is full of entertainment.
Yeah.
You have the TV, sometimes listening to music, listening to the
Social
radio,
media.
social media, um, you know, going to the movies,
Yeah.
all kinds of things that we use for entertainment. A lot of sports. We use all
Video
kinds of things,
games.
video games. We use all kinds of things to entertain us, to
Yeah.
keep us entertained, because we have a hard time being still and being silent.
And if you ever work in a job with stressful conditions or the world has become a weight on you, you want to
What is this
escape.
doing?
Oh, okay. You want to have an escape. And sometimes we use some of these entertainment things to really uh, escape from some situations, problems, and uh, circumstances.
Yeah. So a lot of times we use entertainment, like you said, to escape,
Yeah.
to really just to take our minds off,
Right.
to take our minds off of things that we're dealing with, take our minds off of work, family situations.
Mhm.
And what happens is a lot of times, to be totally honest with you, we spend a lot of time trying to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the world knows about our tendency, even from childhood, of being bored
Right.
and wanting to fill the time.
Mhm.
Having a hard time just being still and silent. Listen, being still and being silent for me, a lot of times it's hard, and I don't know, other people may have this too. When I'm still and silent, my mind is constantly going.
Mm.
And so I'm thinking about stuff I need to do, stuff I need to say, or I'm thinking about just a situation and I'll come back and then I have to write something. Then I end up having to do something if I'm still for so much time. And then it's like, okay, and your mind sort of gets tired and you just want to like rest your mind, I guess.
Yeah.
And most people don't necessarily go towards meditation where they learn how to still their mind
Wow.
and get their minds quiet.
Right.
A lot of us don't really go towards, you know, but for me, like if when I start studying and meditating on the word and studying, then I immediately have to start writing because I'll start hearing things or things will start unfolding. Then I have to start writing.
Right.
So when I'm meditating on the word, it's not like a stillness for me, but I am in a stillness when I'm able, like I said, just to get into a place of worship, then I'm able to get into a stillness. But like my kids, no.
And some of the stuff that works for me when it comes to entertainment is stuff that just I don't want to think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about anything going on in my life at the time. If it's something like a bill needs to be paid or bills need to be paid, where's the next money coming from, all that old stuff. I just want to be zoned out in my own zone, not thinking about any problems, not thinking about anything going on. I just want to be. Sometimes it's not that it's like being still. It's just I just don't need anything coming in that's gonna bring disappointment, sadness,
Yeah.
hurtful feelings, all that type of stuff. I just want to be numb.
So entertainment is normally an escape from reality.
Yeah, most of the time.
But this is the issue that we're not dealing with because there's been, with the indoctrination, what we have previously utilized and what we've previously done to escape and to not have to deal with reality has now become a place where the world is putting a lot of agendas.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
They're slowly
entering an agenda. So the other day, what really brought this up is the other day I was looking at a video, and I don't hate Cardi B. Cardi B is Cardi B. She do what she do. And so I was looking at a video, and it was Cardi B, and she was sort of dancing and doing a video to her song WAP. And her daughter, Culture, walked into the room. And as soon as her daughter walked into the room, she immediately started trying to cut it off. And she was like, no, 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 no. So she was putting out music, that she did not want her children to hear.
Right.
Because the message was not something
suitable for kids.
That was suitable for children.
Right.
But my question is, if it's not suitable for children, why is it suitable for adults? And we're taking a lot of stuff in and not even knowing the effect that it has. Mm. So now, again, we have to grow in things we grow, but everything that is quote unquote a growth or music evolving or what we consider freedom is not always good for us. Like God tells us everything is lawful, but not all things are expedient. In other words, you can do it, but should you do it? You can do it, but is it going to edify you? Is it going to build you up? Is it going to secure you in your identity and who you are as, who God created you to be? Mm-hmm. So the truth of the matter is God created each and every one of us. We're fearfully and wonderfully made, meant for good works, for good things, meant to, be a blessing to one another. And really, we're supposed to love ourselves. But if the message that we're constantly receiving in our entertainment arena is either telling us that we're not doing enough in the bedroom, or that the man should want us because of our sexual prowess in the bedroom, or that our worth is tied up in our sexual prowess in the bedroom, or even, if it's saying that, if someone does something for you, take them out, does something to you, you don't like, kill them. Revenge is the way to go. If somebody do something to me, if I take them out, if you kill me, I'm gonna kill you and 6 of your people. You know what I'm saying? And we're looking at
It's called ops. It's called the ops.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to take out the ops.
Okay. The opposition. Okay. I got you. So
we got ops from every block.
Okay. So the thing is, but this is what is in our entertainment arena. Mm-hmm. So when I think back to when I was young, what was in my entertainment arena? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We had television shows. It's like when I would come in, because my mom would send me outside to play. We played outside all day. Yeah. And our entertainment was actually exercise. It was edifying to our bodies. We were running around. We were riding our bikes. We was hopscotch. And also it was always bringing about strengthening our imaginations, because we had to think of different things to do to entertain ourselves.
You also had to keep social.
You had to be sociable.
On the street, or you had to make friends.
Had to learn how to meet people, how to make friends, how to deal with people. You had to leave outside of your comfort area, and be able to, branch out. And it was healthy.
Yeah,
it was healthy. We didn't understand it all the time, but it was healthy. It taught social skills. We got exercise. We would run around. We come in the house. Yep. And then we sit down at TV. But when I would come in the house, what was on TV was Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
And these were the TV shows.
Cartoons like Debbie the Dog,
cartoons. Yeah, you had your cartoons, things of that nature that you came in and you looked at.
Yeah.
But the thing was, that kind of programming was on until 10 o'clock is when the adult program came on.
Right.
So as a kid, you were in bed about 8 because you would have run around and run out all your energy, and by the time you come in and take your bath, you ready for bed. You're tired.
Right.
So you sit down and watch your little shows, and you wind yourself down, and then you go to bed. But the entertainment was much more wholesome. It was a big deal if somebody kissed somebody.
Ooh.
It was a big deal. Oh, I'm going on a date. I'm going up to, the make out point, to make out,
Right.
kiss somebody. And that was, a big deal.
Hmm.
And nowadays, it's what is our entertainment is full of um adultery,
Right.
side chicks, um
Homosexuality.
homosexuality, just stealing,
Murder.
wearing labels, clothes, everything like edification from the outside in instead of from the inside out.
Right.
And we've been indoctrinated into this and it's steady spreading. Like, I am a huge Marvel fan. I love Marvel. I'm a Marvel head, right?
Right.
And one thing that I appreciated about Marvel is that they pretty much used to stick to the point of we got to save the world. We got to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe will tell you, if I'm in a movie, y'all got to save the world from the enemy, and y'all stop saving the world to make out with somebody on the side for 5-10 minutes. I am irritated. I'm like, yo,
it's
dude.
The end of the world. We got to get one more in.
Man, please.
We got to make love until the world fully ends.
So in the meantime, well, you would have had 2 minutes to defuse the bomb.
Well,
now you only got 5 seconds, and you're running it, bruh.
So when you get to the end, you're fully satisfied. So you go happy.
But no.
You want to go happy. Nobody wants to go and just explode and nothing, and you don't know, you ain't got nothing good going on. At least you got one good thing: to explode before you explode. It's the truth. Hey, maybe like it'd be a tidal wave coming or a nuclear bomb. And it'd be like, it's the end of the world. And you know what? I've always loved you. I've always loved you too. Well, let's just die knowing this. Then they kiss, and God knows whatever, and then bloom, right? All right.
I'm not with it.
Go out on a good note.
I'm not with it.
If it's the end of the world, go out.
I'm not with it.
Okay.
And to be totally honest with you, I don't care about your bedroom activities, who you got a crush on, and I don't understand why that has to be a part of the saving the world scenario. To me, it's pointless. But it's like,
so what should you do?
Like, but save the world anyway.
What if you can't save it?
But they always do.
That's TV.
They just waste time. It's stupid.
So
it's just stupid. It's just
find a way in 5 seconds.
It's just as stupid. But listen, it's just as stupid as the person that catches the bad guy and he's supposed to kill the bad guy, but he don't kill the bad guy because he got to give him a speech first to tell him who he is. Bruh, handle your business. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Listen, I'm going to tell you now.
You need to know who I am.
If I'm ever in a position to take the head off the devil, I'm not going to have a conversation with him. I'm taking his head off. Period.
No talk.
Headshot. Pop. Done. I'm not trying to talk to you.
You ain't trying to let him know. I am the woman of God. I am Stephanie Apostle. Stephanie Page. I am the woman of God, and I come to deliver a mighty blow to you.
But
I've come in the name of the Most High God. And devil, you cannot have him or her or nobody in this world. Boom.
Yeah. So now you have where we so busy talking and really just pumping up our egos, and all of this is steady being taught. Another thing, and this is something that I noticed. Have y'all noticed even in entertainment, children's entertainment, cartoons, all the parents are stupid.
It's true.
The parents don't know what's going on. They kids is building a whole lab in their basement, and the parents are completely clueless. And then we have a generation that actually thinks their parents are dumb.
Yeah, they really be thinking they're going to finesse.
They really think think we're stupid.
Like they're gonna finesse you.
And it's like they've been indoctrinated with the TV to think your parents don't know nothing.
They don't know nothing.
Your parents are slow.
They are absolutely
you know,
clueless.
you can leave out the house. You can build a whole amusement park in your backyard.
Right.
You can build a lab in your basement. Lie to your parents. They ain't gonna know nothing. You just keep sneaking. And again, and our kids think that their parents are stupid.
See, I know that to be not true because I used to get caught in everything. I used to get caught in everything. Jump out the window, try to sneak out, come back. She's standing right there in the room, sitting there, right there, talking about, oh, you back?
Okay. But I'm saying, so we have a generation that refuses the wisdom of the parents. The wisdom of the parents is not being passed down because, you know, they've somewhat been indoctrinated to think, oh, I'm a sneak, I'm a cheat. My parents don't know nothing. Right. My parents are dumb, you know, whatever. And see, as much as people want to dog Bill Cosby, okay, we know it's some shady stuff that was going on in Hollywood and the Playboy Mansion. I ain't gonna get talking on that right here, right now. But the Playboy Mansion. I ain't gonna get into it. You up in the Playboy Mansion, but you doing what you doing. You doing what you're doing, but now you claiming I didn't want to do it. I ain't gonna get into that. However, listen, Joe. Okay, the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show gave good messages. Yeah. It gave good lessons. Right. You had successful African-American people. The parents were not dumb. Right. They would let you know exactly what they knew and how much they knew it and were able to give lessons to the kids. Yeah. I don't think it's accident that, because listen, they knew what Bill was doing. Right. They knew what Bill was doing. It wasn't. But because they don't want the messages of that era coming into this era, we're going to cancel everything.
Hey, when you look at media right now, anybody who has had a legacy in trying to do something for a culture, for people that have been influential, they have killed their influence. Now, most of these people are human beings. There's nothing you can do about that. A man is a man, okay? He's a human being, okay? Now, you're going to find it. If you're looking for something, you're going to find it. You're going to find it. But the thing is, they may do some things wrong, but you kill their whole legacy and try to embarrass their legacy because you don't want them to have the influence that they had. With those positive portrayals, caused a lot of people to go to law school, caused a lot of black doctors to go. That's right. Because caused a lot of successful children to come out of whole family household. Yes, yes. This was portraying something that most of us, not most of us, I'm gonna say some of us, didn't have father and mother in the household. So when you seen this on TV, plus the success that they were having as a family in the neighborhood they're supposed to have lived in, come on, that was something that we were supposed to inspire to because we were given an example for that.
Not only that, but think about it. We talk about how, you know, being a hip hop head.
Oh yeah, I love hip hop.
Hip hop initially had a lot of positive messages. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Talking about stopping black on black crime, stopping the violence within our community. They shut all of that down. Right. To, you know, and everything is gangster. Everything's is hoes and bees and pimp life. And the thing is, and it's indoctrinating us into a mindset. Because as you continue to think that this is the norm, that this is what it has to be, I have talked to young people who think that the only way you can come out of poverty is through selling drugs.
Well,
it's the only way you can do it.
The whole thing was taken over in order to create criminal-minded individuals. So you had people who were it was perpetuating crime. You had NWA at the time when they switched it all over from the Curtis Blows. LL Cool J was positive. They was just battle rapping Kumo D. You had who else? The Fat Boys and Run DMC. Boys are back. Come on, all that stuff. You know, they used to have wholesome movies with them guys, and they never had any kind of major killings or nothing like that.
It wasn't any sex.
You had the house parties with kids.
It wasn't any sex.
All that.
Now it's like every movie, every TV show, you have to have murder or sex and homosexuality.
Right.
Every television show has to now have a homosexual character.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't care about your sexuality. You're a doctor, be a doctor. You're a fireman, be a fireman. Right. You know, this is about your job at the hospital and the work that you're doing in the hospital. I don't care about your bedroom activities. That's what I call not my business. But then we also have this reality TV in our entertainment world where everybody thinks that everybody's business is their business because they didn't got all addicted to reality TV.
Right.
And so now even our middle schoolers think that everything's supposed to be drama. Drama is normal. Right. That everybody got drama. Drama is normal. If you don't have drama, then he don't love you.
Right.
Because if he loves you, that means you're going to have some drama. And so the entertainment world has caused the community as a whole to shift its mindset, and it's now a new norm. It's a new norm. And it's indoctrinating our children. It's indoctrinating adults. Listen, I don't know why or where we got this normalizing of the side chick.
Oh man, that's it's always been.
Side chicks may have always been.
Side chicks, they used to call it the agreement.
Side chick.
Yeah, you did. It's the what's the cleanup woman? What's the woman
but the kids wasn't listening to that.
It's the cleanup woman.
Kids wasn't listening to.
They was listening to it. They was listening to it in them little parties.
I'm not making it easy for the cleanup woman, but that's still like I'm not making. It's still a different message there. It's okay to be a side chick.
How about
it's like a side chick?
How about this one? It's morning, sunshine is falling on your sweet face.
That ain't how the words come.
It ain't.
No.
Oh. Okay.
But it's anyway. It was, but the thing is,
that was a side chick song.
It was a side chick song, but
she wanted to be the side.
But it wasn't an obvious side chick song.
It was. No obvious.
Not to kids.
I think you know what? When that song came out, I did not really understand.
You did not understand that song.
I did not until I got older.
And the songs nowadays are so blatant,
right,
in your face. Come on now. Again, where it's like what was the song we used to have?
Pop it like it's hot. Juice. Drop it like it's hot.
You know, we talk about what was it? The Juice. Oh, Juice got them crazy.
Oh yeah, we knew what that.
But the thing, no,
I did.
I didn't.
I knew.
I didn't until I got older.
That's because I was in the street, so I knew what juice meant.
Because you was in the street.
Right.
I was not.
I was
living a wholesome life.
Were you?
Until I rebelled. But I didn't know what juicy meant until I knew what juicy meant. But it's still juicy is not the same as WAP.
Wait a minute, that is the same thing.
What I'm saying is it is the same thing, but you wasn't saying, come get this.
She said WAP.
She said what
WAP in a bucket.
But she said
macaroni in a pot.
But the whole thing is she says it out loud what WAP is.
Oh yeah, she did.
She says what
juicy. They just had
juice again. It was like in the video. It was covered.
No, they was gyrating in the movie. They didn't know what juicy was.
It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
Juicy.
They just in your face and they're making stuff that just. It's making it the norm, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's indoctrinating the minds.
Well, they have around
right now. Well, I'm just saying. Right now, our middle schoolers are seeking relationships.
Right.
They're seeking to have. I don't need an elementary student talking about my wet. You understand what I'm saying? And they're elementary kids. Out here singing this song, which is why when Cardi B, when the song came on, she did not expose her daughter to it. She immediately turned it off.
Okay.
but we're not turning it off.
Okay.
How many people are playing the radio, listening to this stuff? It is now norm, and our children, our babies, are being indoctrinated into this mindset that it's okay to make sure men know that you got WAP.
Ooh. Now that's bad, when little babies.
It's children that are seeing this. It's children.
You got stuff that actually been put on the internet where the kids was dancing to certain songs that were inappropriate for their age.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and it was like supposed to be cute. It was bold.
Yeah.
It was like, no, that's not
Listen,
cute.
my kids, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't have cable because I needed to control what they were taking in. Because again, when my kids were kids, it wasn't so much there wasn't so much pushing the homosexual, but it was pushing promiscuousness. That was promiscuity. Let me get the word right. Promiscuity. So that was being pushed. So because of that, when I'm in the car with my kids, we listen to Veggie Tales. We listen to Disney silly songs. We listen to this stuff. And nowadays I can understand, and this is the point I want to get to when we're around this bush.
Okay.
Nowadays I can understand the kids these days, they don't want to listen to Veggie Tales and silly songs.
No.
They want something with a trap beat.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Gracie's Corner.
I don't have a problem with Gracie's Corner. But the truth is, this is my question, even to Christians, and I want to throw this out there. Is it wrong to put Christian lyrics to a trap beat?
Absolutely not to me.
Because if they're using entertainment to indoctrinate our kids, why can't we use the same entertainment to indoctrinate them into positive things?
Right. Well, they actually tried. Gracie's Corner did that a little bit. There are some different kid stuff that's coming out that's actually taking the music of today and putting positive lyrics over it.
Okay, but then we also have a lot of people in the church.
Teaching them how to count.
But we also have a lot of people in the church who are like, no. Because I'm gonna tell you, even, and this is being honest, even when we in worship in church, the teenagers be like this.
Right.
They like, what?
It's over with.
I cannot relate.
You ain't got no beats up in here.
Ain't got no beat.
It ain't banging.
It ain't banging. I can't pop to it,
Banging.
And it's because they've been programmed to be entertained in a particular way. And again, even in regards to like the imagination, this generation is a generation of cell phones and tablets. Imagination, going outside playing, making up a game with a rock, baby, please. If you go outside and tell them to make up a game with a rock, they're gonna break some windows.
Some of them ain't even going outside.
They ain't even going outside. They ain't gonna hide. They ain't gonna hide somewhere.
Somewhere play a video game, be on their phone. They don't even go outside no more. You got a whole nother vibe of spending time on video games, the phone, the whole 9 yards, and we have not found ways to be more influential when it comes to some of these young people. We haven't used the spiritual imagination, because I used to do gospel rap, and we did gospel lyrics over beats that were secular. We did that. And you'd be surprised at the amount of children, if you play the gospel song right now, because the first thing they're going to listen to is the beat. The beat first, then the lyrics. Somewhere down the line, they'll catch the lyrics and everything else. You'll be surprised of the number of children or young people who don't even know that type of music is available to them.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised if you a gospel rap song right now, and a child has only been exposed to NBA YoungBoy and the baby and what's his name, Lil Baby. They know all the babies. All the babies. All the babies.
Why they named Baby?
I don't know.
Because the thing is, babies.
Why do I want to be a baby?
No, the thing is, because babies, it's like things of innocent.
Okay.
You know, a baby is somebody that's innocent. So why are these rappers named Baby and they doing ratchet stuff?
Right.
You know, all of that is part of the indoctrination.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you have to take note when the artists don't let their kids listen to it, because they know that they don't want their kids to be indoctrinated into the culture that is, again, all things are lawful, not all things are expedient. Just
Right.
because you can listen to it don't mean you should listen to it.
Right.
And it's because you listening to it don't mean your child should be listening to it.
Yeah.
And you think that your child is not taking it in, they absorb it, everything.
Yeah, there used to be a thing in the household where at a certain time when certain stuff was going on past bedtime, you better be asleep. If we catch you looking out there seeing something you ain't supposed to be seeing, you got dealt with on that.
Yeah, but even with that, it's like, should you even be looking at it?
Well, maybe not.
Because in all actuality, you know, I'm sorry, what you take into your ears and your eyes, it does have an impact on you.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, what draws us to the things that are, you know, basically indoctrinating us into the mindset of the world, which is not beneficial for the kingdom.
Okay.
The things of the world are not beneficial for the kingdom. The things of the flesh are enmity with the spirit. So we're looking at these things and we're listening to these things that are dictated and directed by the world to no benefit of you. But we're still taking it in. And we say, oh, well, what else do I have to listen to? Create something, yo. Create something. You know, God is awesome. When we used to go outside and be sent outside, you know, to go play, we used to make up songs. We would make up games. We would make up dances. We'd be out there, you know, making up all kinds of stuff because, well, we didn't have anything but our minds. And so our minds, especially if your mind was open, you know, to positivity, you're bringing about positivity. We used to make up plays. We used to do skits. Our minds were always active because we didn't have the fail back to the tablet or back to the phone and back to those things. And even if we did watch some TV,
it was only for a brief moment.
Only for a little while.
Unless it was on the weekend.
And then even on the weekends, most of the day was cartoons. And then it was wholesome TV. And then the TV got cut off.
Yeah, they cut it off.
And you had to go outside. But
at night, they'll cut off the programming at a certain time at night.
But there's an agenda going forward. And it's indoctrinating us so our minds will become comfortable with things that are not beneficial.
And you know what? They're actually paying for your attention. Believe it or not. When you're on social media or you're on something on the internet, they actually pay attention to what you watch. They'll pay attention to the things that you're into. And if you notice anything that you say, you might be interested in dog training. Or if you got one of these phones, all of a sudden,
dog trainer videos come up.
Dog trainer videos and all kinds of dogs and animals will come up on your feed. But it's amazing how like they keeping you. You don't even understand. They're keeping your attention.
And we give the attention. So the thing is, why don't we, when offensive videos come up, why don't we report them as offensive?
They don't have no mechanism for
that.
Yeah,
you do.
Do you?
If you have stuff on your feed that comes up, you can exit.
Really?
Yeah. And you can report it as offensive. Like you don't want to see it. It's offensive to you. It's repetitive. And you can literally say why you do not want to see it on your feed.
Right.
Because the truth of the matter is, and this is something else that I have to get out here, and I hope y'all are listening. Yeah, these phones were designed by the government. That's what Regina said. These phones were designed by the government. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't even been looking. Oh, Lynette said, I knew about Juicy. Okay.
Everybody knew about Juicy.
Okay. Yeah, WAP was different. WAP was definitely different.
WAP was over the top.
It was whatever. Oops, too much. But this is what I want to say. There are algorithms that they put out there, right? Whereas positive stuff does not get nearly as much play as your negative. Yeah. The positive messages do not get nearly as much play as the messages that are negative. And we can impact it, but we impact it by liking stuff that's good that we tend to scroll by, and Xing and reporting or disliking stuff that is not what we want to see. But we tend to, look at it, even if we comment about it negative. Why do we share negative stuff to others? Oh, look at that. That's horrible. Look at what they did. Why do we share that? Instead of causing it to die by not wanting anybody else to see that's negative, but sharing that which is positive. If it is good, if it is lovely, if it is of good report, think on these things. Put these things in our mind.
Yeah.
Stop decompressing with stuff that is not good for your mind, that is not lovely, not of good report, not praiseworthy, not edifying to you or your brothers and sisters or your children. If we want to change the way things go, we have to change the way we respond to the things that we see. So as soon as I learned that, because certain videos will come up, I'm like, what is this? I'll hit the X up in the right corner, and then it'll say, do you dislike it? Are you reporting? I was like, either it's repetition or it's offensive, and I'll just look. I don't like this. I don't want to see it. Don't want to see it.
I ain't never known that.
Don't want to see it. And then there'll be things that I like. As people post stuff, I'ma like it. If I read it as positive, I'ma like it. Why do we have a problem liking people's stuff?
Well, I think more so. I think that's real. That's a deep question. I'm sure there are many answers.
We have a problem. Like, we'll read somebody's stuff and be like, "Oh, amen," and keep scrolling. What's wrong with just hitting a like?
Oh, you know what? It's the fact that I have a voice, or I have the power to do so. So if I choose not to, that's my choice, my prerogative. Notice that even some of the programming that's on today, you can have what's the little show with the singing? What's the name of it? With Simon Cowell? What's the name?
American Idol.
Yeah. Most people, you find out who got the most powerful voice on there.
Yeah, well, because a lot of people just don't participate.
But who doesn't?
It's our community. Our community.
We don't participate.
Our community does it the least. But there's something that's in there. It's something that's in there that keeps us from liking one another. We tend to find fault with one another more than we like one another.
Okay.
And that's also an indoctrination from entertainment.
Right.
And we really out of time here. We got to keep moving. But the indoctrination of entertainment has caused us to also look at one another sometimes as less than. Even, and I'm gonna throw this out here, but this ain't where I'm going. Even to the portrayal of white Jesus. Okay. It's the indoctrination, and entertainment has indoctrinated that as well. Entertainment only shows, listen, on the TV shows, like I said, you don't have any more positive characters like we're on the Cosby, a different world where they were all going to college, living single where they were all career professionals. Now, you'll have a token one in a hospital or a token one in a fire station. And usually the tokens are homosexual. We ain't even gonna go to that. Most of the black men you will find are in these shows are homosexuals. And listen, I'm not bashing the homosexual community. My whole thing is I don't care what you do in your bedroom. It's not my business, and it doesn't make you any less of a person. Your character is your character. Period.
My question
period.
Is why most of them
but I'm just that's a whole nother discussion we'll have. But this again is all of the indoctrination of entertainment. So they're either that. So you have thugs, drug dealers, because who do you have? You got BMF out there, Power. You got what's the other one on Fox?
You talking about
the mother people with Lucius Empire, drug dealers, crooks, thugs, criminals, murderers. That's what you have is the representation of black people. You got the Godfather of Harlem, a gangster. You got BMF, drug dealers, Power, drug dealers, gangsters. That's what is being portrayed out there. The music, drug dealers, gangsters, murder, pimps. That's what's in the music. This is what's being steady poured into our community as far as who we are, how we're represented out there. And it does have an impact on who we are. It's the indoctrination to whereas we don't necessarily see ourselves in the positive light that we should see ourselves. And the television shows that do used to show that are no longer on. We used to have Family Matters.
Yeah, very cool.
We used to have, we used to have shows that portrayed positive the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Again, we did have good times, but good times wasn't good times.
Hey,
but
look at we got.
But it still had a strong father until they decided to kill off the father because he wouldn't. He got a whole story behind that. Right. But James, the whole real quick, John Amos said he left the series. They said it's because they were hating on Jimmy Walker because of the buffoonery. He says he wanted more in-depth shows showing positive Black father figures, and that and he was complaining to the producers, so they just killed him off. Just killed him because they didn't want that portrayal. So the thing is, but this is what we're supporting. This is the kind of television we're supporting. Even on the Housewives. Real Housewives, you got the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives, and most of the franchises at first were showing the rich and the wealth of the people. Yeah. And then you brought in Atlanta, and all they fight, they backbite, they destroy each other, they talk about each other, they have on each other, they try to find everything wrong with one another. But the thing is, this is what is being perpetrated, and then you wonder why we got that same kind of attitude within us. Whereas we're not looking for the positive in one another, or to encourage one another, or to like and lift and uplift one another. We're looking for negatives and criticism. Oh, look at that, and we'll focus on that. We'll look at a whole video, and I know somebody's gonna look at this video and say, "Oh, what's going on with her necklace? It's going every kind of which way." That's what they'll see. Yeah. They won't hear a word. They'll see, "Oh, what's wrong with her hair?" That's what they'll see. And they'll find something to criticize and something wrong, because that's what we've been programmed to do, to find something negative and to be something negative.
But is that a culture thing?
It's a cultural thing, but it's also because of indoctrination. It's also because of a lot of things that we've been taking in, a lot of things that we see, a lot of things that because we've been indoctrinated since we were children.
I think it goes even further than that.
Okay.
It goes back into even slavery. It goes back to even that. It goes all the way back where you had the folks in the house and you had the folks in the field. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get along because so-and-so was over there in this part, and then you put them against each other. It's a lot going on that goes to our origin way before media even took place. But the media has taken those things that are going on the inside and amplified it and giving you most of the things that I'd say most of the garbage.
So Regina was like, my husband is watching The Godfather right now. Listen, that's he watches The Godfather. So Makiba says, because Blacks are a minority and it's white shows that are bad as well. We're not saying there ain't Black shows and white shows that are bad. But what I'm saying is, let's look statistically. If you look statistically, there are many more white positive images than Black. Let's look at the numbers. The numbers speak for themselves. So the thing is, the representation of positive Black representation. So again, there are bad white shows as well. Okay, so where are the good Black shows? Where are the Black shows that are not drama, that are not backbiting, that are not criminals, other than you'll have a token here or there? So it's like, yeah, we have some negative white shows, but we have to, but even with that, we have to look at what it is and be able to start to make an impact on it. So it's like, again, the mindset, and even with that, we're talking about the mindset of Black people against other Black people. Why don't we like each other's stuff? Why don't we support one another? Why don't we speak positive over one another? Why are we quick to find a criticism but slow to find a compliment? And why are we geared towards negativity, drama, criminal stuff versus moving towards that which is positive. If I were to sit down with my kids right now to try to watch something positive, they'd be like this. They would be bored. They would be just, and so it's like, what are we going to do? Because there is an entertainment indoctrination. So what do we do? Because a lot of times we talk about taking over the mountains, the mountain of media, the mountain of entertainment.
Right.
And again, some things we know. We know that on Facebook they use algorithms.
Right.
But you have power to impact the algorithm with your likes and shares. We know that if you, like I said, if you have a post and you don't like it, say you don't like it, okay? But, something that's not positive, exit. Say it says, what does it say? It says sensitive context or offensive or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that button so that we can impact the algorithms. When you see people come on and it's good stuff, share it.
Yeah.
It's share good stuff, with one another. And then we have to really get creative. Listen, we have to support this generation and their creativity, but we have to steer it in a positive direction. So we need to let them start writing skits and let them start making music,
right,
and support it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Society, bad is the new good. Absolutely. And that's because of the indoctrination within the entertainment arena. How much of our time are we spending, entertaining? I mean, because again, like you were saying, and it's like even earlier, I was having a conversation with my sister, and she was saying, my sister, Regina, hey, and she was saying that when she comes in for work, she just wants to wind down. You were saying the same thing. And so when I chill, I can't really chill on social media.
You gotta play games.
Yeah, if I look at social media, I'm gonna feel some type of way because of stuff that's popping up on my feed and gossip and negative stuff, and I'm like, or different things that are happening. I definitely can't look at the news. I have to look at the news early in the morning or go and actually read it for myself,
right?
To see what's going on, because it'll impact you in a certain way. It'll have you feeling a certain way.
Right.
So what do we do?
Well, I think that we as we're just starting with just being an individual. I think that we should make a conscious effort to be able to support good things. Is that always going to be the case? To be able to do so? Possibly, but we have to go ahead and make a conscious effort to do so. It's not hard to say I like something or press the button and keep going. You ain't got to say you love it, because you got a lot of people, they won't love your stuff, but they'll like it. Or they might just say hearts. I care. You know what I'm saying? So you got different ways of responding. But if we all, as a people, came together and dictate what our culture really needs, because think about it. When we were listening to a lot of different things in our day coming up, it wasn't as bad or graphic as it is.
It wasn't as graphic because it's like you said, it was just as bad.
It was rough. We knew what they were talking about.
Let me tell you, I got in so much trouble.
Oh no!
Oh my God, I got in so much trouble because I didn't understand as a kid, and I was just singing this song. And anybody who knows me knows when I was coming up, I was a Prince fanatic. Mm-hmm. I loved Prince. My mama couldn't stand him. My daddy would tolerate him, but I could not have the album because the album cover was too raunchy to come into the house. Yeah. They were like, no. So, as per usual, kids, you hear it in school or whatever. And so I was listening to it and I came in singing. And I was singing the song. And the song was, I Will Jack You. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know what it meant.
But you were singing.
But I was singing it. My daddy said, what did you say? I was like, I'll jack you. He was like, don't you ever. But this is the key. And I learned that day. But the truth is, oh, I was something else. I was a mess. But the truth was, my father was paying attention to what I was saying.
Exactly.
He paid attention to what came out of my mouth. He didn't necessarily catch what, but he was always paying attention to what I was saying and what I was doing, whatever. So first he scolded me. And then he sat me down. He said, listen, baby, this is not who you are. This is not what you do. You know, you are, and he gave, said my name. At the time I was Stephanie Yvette Austin. He says, you are Stephanie Yvette Austin. You are my daughter. Okay. You don't go around doing that with nobody. That ain't what you do. And if somebody asks you to do that, you better come tell me. I was like, oh, okay, but he was, because he was listening and he was paying attention.
Yeah.
Even he would not allow me to fully get indoctrined into the things, because they steady had their hands on me to be able to pull me out. So one thing we have to do is make sure we keep our hands on our children.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that we're watching them, we're listening to them. And then we also got to make sure we're allowing them to express themselves creatively. But then we need to make sure that they understand the good, and also how good they are and the good that God wants to bring forth. We can shift this thing. We are not a powerless people. We're not powerless as the kingdom at all. Okay? We're not powerless as the kingdom of God at all. And as society has tried to indoctrinate our kids, we have to instead flip that around so that they will know who they really are. Who they really are, who they're created to be, how great they are, how powerful they're able to be, how much God has created them, how fearfully and wonderfully made they are, that there's nothing wrong with them. And also, parents, start giving your kids some creative space. Start having your kids to write songs and get them into some instruments, some music lessons. Courtney, the music firm. Awesome music lessons for kids of all ages. Get them into music. Get them into some poetry.
How about Jessica?
Jessica, again, teaches music. Again, but get them into some music. Get them into poetry. Get them into sports. Get them into something outside of what the entertainment world is trying to indoctrinate them into. A lot of stuff that we have creators out here making is straight up garbage. And our kids are watching it. Angel was watching this show about outfits for studs and different outfits, and they were basically having a fashion show and it was getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Again, it had to get some likes.
Yeah.
It had to get some shares. And just like the agenda has power, because y'all don't even know, you can buy likes and shares.
Yeah, it's true.
And they will pour stuff into certain areas in order to keep the algorithms and the views as it is. So, hallelujah. Okay, Ned, you can't be telling all my business out there. You back that up, sis. Back that up. You can't. That's right, sis. I have a holy boldness. Amen. Okay, Ned, back that up. Okay. But I don't have a problem telling my story. I used to be a real mess. Okay, and I've always been bold, and my mouth has, oftentimes got me in trouble.
Man, you was bad.
I was not bad.
It was just bad.
I was not bad. Don't call your kids bad. Don't call me bad.
I was the saint. Yeah, right. But anyhow, we do have to take our authority.
We have to take our power back.
Our power.
So
and use it for the good.
Yeah. So we've been on here long enough. It's been a whole hour.
Has it?
It's been the pay to speak. But hey, we back, y'all. Now listen. Listen. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is off the table. All right. We will talk about anything. We ain't never scared. We ain't scared of nothing and nobody. Ha ha, nobody and nothing. We will talk about whatever it may be. If you have a suggestion, please send it in. If you want to come on the show, please come on. You know, we don't have a problem with that either. We not like, you know, we're not spotlight hogs at all. We don't have to be that, but we want to encourage everybody to do what you can do to start to shift.
We also want to be able to, you know, it's time for the body of Christ to be thinking, not so religiously, but think outside the box when it comes to the things that matters most around us. Because sometimes we're stuck in religious boxes that we can't come out and really critically think on things that need to be talked about because we're afraid to talk about those things for fear of backlash or fear of not being accepted or being rejected. And we got to put these things on the table. There's so many things that we should be talking about that will set people free because they think in one way and everything is not to be in one dimensional. There's some things that we got to just think about and get the honest truth about.
Amen. And God made us all special.
Yeah.
We all have gifts,
Yeah,
talents. You know, I know Sister McKee was on here, and when I tell you that sister is creative, gifted, and there's so many things that we need to use again. But the thing is, when we do the things though, because we'll do creative things, we'll do and we'll exhibit our gifts, but then we don't support one another because we've been indoctrinated to think that our stuff is less than, and that's a lie. Okay, if our stuff was, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off when people get mad. If our stuff was less than, everybody wouldn't be trying to imitate it.
Okay.
I love it. Anyway, so what I'm gonna say is this: you know, we have to do what we can do.
Yeah.
So start liking positive. Start sharing positive. Start doing good things. And listen, put it out there.
Support one another.
Support one another.
Yeah.
I know I don't get on social media as much as I used to, but I'm gonna start getting on just to scroll and even if it's just to look and seeing what y'all doing and like and then dislike the stuff that ain't cool. Because I need to start making an impact in these algorithms, and we can do it.
We can do it, people.
We can do it.
We can do it.
So the indoctrination of entertainment, we need to impact it.
Yeah.
We need to have an impact on entertainment.
We need to demand some good stuff.
No, we need to create some good stuff.
Well, create, demand.
Because I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go.
Write it.
I think there's some good gospel rap. I found some, and then there's some that's like, oh my goodness, I understand why the kids be like, oh my God.
But there's a lot of it out here now.
It's a lot of it out there. We need to listen to it. We need to share it. We need to pump it. We need to support it. We need to pay for it. Hallelujah.
Yeah, we need to find it.
Yes.
Grab our children's attention.
Yes. Yay.
Because if we don't have our children's attention, trust me,
the world does.
They are paying for their attention.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're coming back, y'all. So we won't be here next week. Next week it'll be Apostle Joe with the prophetic flow, and then the week after that we'll be back on Thursday night at 9 p.m. So it'll be every other week. It'll be the Pages Speak. So we love you all. We are so happy to be back, just to speak the things that are on our minds. And until next time, we love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.